Hello everyone, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. My name is Winnie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to make a vintage shirt for men. If this is what you love to learn, keep on watching, like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. So without too much talking, let's get to the honey of this video. Let's go.
I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel.
So I used about 2 yards of fabric for this project and I folded my fabric into two now. So I'm going to be folding with my chest measurement because a man does not have a bust. So I'm going to be folding with my chest measurement. So first I'm going to measure out the length of the shirt. The length is meant to be 34 inches, but I added 1 inch to that, which makes it 35 inches. So I'm marking out 35 inches length now and I'm trying to connect the line. I hope you can see clearly. Let me move it up a bit. So that's the 35 inch mark. Then on the side at the center front, I'm going to mark a button overlap allowance of 2 inches. So I'm just taking that 2 inches mark from the length mark all the way up. So that will be for the button overlap. So which I'm drawing a straight line now so that you can see clearly. Just follow what I'm doing step by step and you are going to get it. It is very easy to make. So after marking my 2 inches for the shirt overlap, from that 2 inch mark, then I'm going to take my chest measurement divided by 2 plus 2 inches allowance. That allowance is 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. So I'm just taking my chest measurement divided by 2 plus 2 inch allowance and then I'm going to mark it all the way up. Once that is done, I am going to cut it out. So this is the front part and we are going to be cutting out the back also. So I'm just holding it with pins because vintage material can be very difficult to work with. So I'm going to open the front part like so to make it two separate pieces. That is for the front. So now I'm folding in my zip, my button allowance, I'm folding it in with pins. I would advise that you use iron to press it down instead of folding it with pins, but the reason why I'm folding with pins is because there is no light at the moment, so I just want to use what I have. So after folding it with pin, I am going to take my back, fold it into two, and then I am going to use my chest measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches to fold it also. Now for the back is going to be longer than the front by 4 inches. So the front was 35. I'm going to add 4 inches to the back measurement, which is going to make it 39 inches. So my back is about 39 inches. Then after that, I placed my front on top of it and I'm going to be making my shoulder slant. So I marked out 3 inches at the edge, at the opposite edge like that, and then I connected it to the edge of my fabric like that, and then I'm going to be cutting out that slant. So this will serve as my shoulder slant. This is the way to do it for men. You know that the way we did do it for women is different. So this is the man's edition. So now I'm just going to move it downwards and make sure that it aligns at the down part, and then the space is going to be at the upper part. So once it has aligned at the down part, I am going to fold in the space at the upper part, fold the back towards the front, fold it on top of each other with like half-inch allowance. Just fold it, let the back fold on top of the front by like half-inch. All right, so once that is done, I am going to mark out my neck, my shoulder measurement. So my shoulder measurement is 10 inches. I'm adding half-inch to that's plus seam allowance, and then I'm going to mark my armhole depth. Normally the armhole depth is supposed to be 10.5 inches also for men, but because this is a shirt, I want it to be firm, so I'm using 9.5 inches, and then I marked at the midpoint of my armhole and came out by 1 inch, and then I am going to cut it. So at the midpoint of your armhole, just come in by 1 inch, and then you're going to cut it like that. So that is how to cut a man's armhole so that it doesn't have a bulge at the chest area. So now I'm going to measure out the neckline. So the neck width is going to be 2.5 inches, and I'm going to measure a neck depth of 4.5 inches. You can do 4 inches, 3 inches, 4.5 up to 5 inches depending on the neck size of your client. The neck size of my client is about 18 inches, so divided by 2 is 9. So by the time I measure it all round, it has to give me like 9 inches for you to know that it is correct. So depending on your client's neck circumference measurement, that is how you determine whether it is 4 inches depth you're going to use, 4.5 or 5 inches depth. But for mine, I used a width of 2.5 and a depth of 4.5. So now I'm going to cut out the neckline. See how I'm cutting my own? No, I'm not cutting the back and the front together. I raised the front up and then I cut the front separately, and then the back also you're going to raise it up like so, and then you're going to cut it out. Don't make that mistake of cutting front and back together. That means you've spoiled your fabric. So once that was done, I'm going to just take out my pins, and then for the front I'm going to fold in my zip over my button overlap like this, and then I am going to fold it and sew it down. So now for the back placement, that placement that is always at the back of men's clothes, I'm just going to fold another fabric into two, and then it has to be like 9 inches long, and then you place your back panel on it and just use it to cut it out. Just know that that small fabric at the back of your back panel is going to be a length of about 9 inches. You can also do 8 inches depending on what you want, and then you're just going to use it to trace it out, to cut out the pattern from the armhole side to the shoulder and then to the neckline like so. So it's as easy as that. So just cut it out just as if you are cutting out a facing. So the length of this is going to be about 8 inches or 9 inches. So what you're going to do next is that you're going to open your back pattern, your back panel up sorry, and then you're going to place it on it like so. Make sure that the left side is facing the right side, such that the two sides are going to be on the right side. All right, then you're going to sew the neckline, and then you fold it down like this and sew. You don't have to turn the neckline because we are adding a collar to it. So now to cut out the sleeve, I folded my fabric into 4, and then I'm just marking out my chest measurement divided by 4 just to make it wide enough. And then for the length, you're going to deduct your back measurement from the length. So my back measurement is 10 inches, and then you're going to mark out the remaining. You know that we took our measurement from the nip of our shoulder to where we want the sleeve to stop. So now I'm going to remove the back measurement and then mark out where you want the sleeve to stop plus 2 inches or 3 inches or 2.5 inches allowance. So once that was done, I went and took out 2.5, I think 3 inches slope, and then I marked out the measurement, and then I confirmed the midpoint. So at that midpoint, I'll go up by ½ inch and come down by ½ inch. So for the first one, the ½ inch mark that I went up by, I'm just going to cut it like this, place a notch, and then at the down part, I'm going to measure the width, the circumference of my sleeve, how I want it, how firm I want it to be. Then I added the allowance that I wanted, and I just slanted it like that. Then after that, I marked out my allowance, the folding allowance of 2.5 inches, and I placed the notch. Then after opening it up, I'm just going to go down by the ½ inch. There's a detailed tutorial on how to cut out a sleeve on my channel. I'm going to add it to those videos so you can check it out. So now I'm gonna head to fold the button over the button allowance like so, and this is the back that I talked about earlier. So the next thing you're going to be doing now is to place the front on top of the back, right side facing right side, and then you are going to go ahead to sew the shoulder by half inch. And then sew the shoulder by half inch, and then you're going to sew the side. So now before you sew the side, I quickly want to show you something. You know the back is longer than the front, so you're going to align it like so. Push the front to the back at the down part, make sure that it is aligning, and then just align it all the way up and place a notch. So that will be our new point where our sleeve cap is going to sit. So let's do it again. You're going to place it at the down part like this, make sure it's rhyming at the down part, and then you're going to link it to the front, to the armhole area, and then you're going to place the notch. So that will be the new point for our sleeve. So now the sleeve, I'm placing the sleeve on top of it right now, and then the slanted part, the part that goes down a bit, is the front part. So now I've joined the sleeve, and then I'm going to fold it together and just use like about 1 inch allowance to just sew the sleeve and the sides together. So once that was done, I'm done sewing the sleeve and the side. You are going to also give it a very nice press. Then at the down part like this, you are going to come up by 3 inches and just create some kind of slant, you know, that curve, that shirt curve that you always see on your shirt. So you are just going to curve it out like so. You do that on the other part of the shirt. If you are seeing a different cloth on me, just know that I shot this video in the space of 1 week. It was really hectic with my baby and everything. It was not that easy, but I had to do it, so bear with me. So now I'm going to fold it down part like so all the way around, and then I'm going to attach the collar and show you the finished look. So guys, this was the finished look. It really looked nice on my client. Till I see you in the next one, I want you to know that I love you and I care. Bye.
Papa.